Okay, in this demo we're going to look at how to use RCommander to do some simple probability calculations for normal distributions. Okay, here's RCommander all ready for us. We just go to Distributions menu item, we go to Continuous Distributions because the normal distribution is a continuous distribution. The top entry is normal distribution. We're first going to choose the second entry, which is Normal Probabilities. Okay, the question here is to what probability we want to be less than or equal to. So the example in lectures was 1, I think. See, there are two of the boxes there for the mean and standard deviation. If we leave those at 0 and 1, we're using a standard normal distribution. If we click on OK, you'll see below we get the probability printed out of 0.841, etc. Okay, that replicates what we had in lectures. Let's try it with a different mean and standard deviation. We go back to continuous distributions, normal distribution, normal probabilities. Suppose we want to find the probability of being less than 10 if the mean is equal to 10 and the standard deviation is equal to 15. We click OK, and this time we see that that's 0.5. Okay, this will be always the case, in fact, for a normal distribution. If you find the probability of being less than the mean for that mean value, you'll always get 0.5 regardless of the standard deviation. Okay, let's do one more probability. We'll look at the normal distribution again, normal probabilities. Let's suppose we go back to a standard normal distribution. So let's put these back to 0 and 1. And now we're interested in finding the probability, say, greater than -2. Okay, what we're interested in is being greater than, so now we choose the upper tail box here at the bottom. Click OK. And we get the value 0.977 and other decimal places. Okay. The other thing we might want to do is the reverse of that. So remember, in lectures we talked about finding the value of Z0 such that the probability equal to a particular value. That's called normal quantiles. Okay, so we take the top entry here. Okay, what's the probability we want? In lectures that was 0.950. Again, using a standard normal, we want the probability, we want the Z0 such that the probability of being less than Z0 is less than that. We click OK, and we find that that number is 1.645 to 3 decimal places. Okay, we can use that in multiple ways. Again, we can change the normal, we go back to normal quantiles, we can change the mean and standard deviation. Let's try it at 10 and 15 again. Click OK, and we get the number 34.6728. Alright. Those are the things that we did in lectures. There's one more interesting thing that you can do here, and that's just to do a normal plot, the normal distribution, which is the third entry in that menu. What mean and standard deviation do we want? Let's just try the standard normal, so that's 0 and 1. If we plot that, you see we get a plot with the classic bell-shaped curve. Okay, there's also an option there to choose a normal probability plot, but plot a normal plot of a normal distribution, but plot the distribution function. If we choose the distribution function, we get that curve, which we also saw in lectures. Just to explain to you, the final entry in this list is to sample from a normal distribution. This entry generates a random sample from a normal distribution. We won't be using that. You can see here in the list of continuous distributions a whole load of possible distributions. So the normal distribution is not the only distribution. Okay, obviously the normal distribution is the most important and it's at the top. On the discrete distributions there are others. And later on we might look at binomial and Poisson distributions. These are what's known as discrete distributions. They are for measurements that are only on integers or discrete values. Okay, that's the end of this presentation. Thank you.